Trump's speech at the Bitcoin 2024 conference in Nashville was really great. And after the shooting, Trump is looking more and more like a hero. Did you watch it? His emotions were high during all his nearly 1 hour long speech, and it made me pumped up. I've summarized here a few important points he made to share them with you, each of which is very bullish for the cryptocurrency community. Oh, and before going into the 5 points I noted, I liked that he started his speech by comparing Bitcoin's current state to the early days of the steel market in the 19th century. He thinks Bitcoin is fated to surpass precious metal markets like silver and gold.
I stand before you today filled with respect and admiration for what the Bitcoin community has achieved. It's incredible, actually. I sort of say to my sons, it's like incredible because they know so much about it. They're so aware of it, much more so than people that are a little bit older. But I say this is the steel industry of 100 years ago. It really is. I think you're just in your infancy. I can see it happening. Think of that. It's already bigger than ExxonMobil. Soon it will be surpassing the entire market cap of silver.
Bitcoin is a trend that is just in its infancy. And he said that the USA has to seize it before other countries do. He pointed out that this isn't just important for crypto fans like you and me, or even just Americans, but it's a big geopolitical deal. Mentioning China a bunch of times, he wishes them well, but he wants the US to stay on top, to be the leader in this industry. Analysts at the conference said this part of Trump's speech was a big deal, comparing it to Nixon's 1971 speech about gold. That's how big it could be. You remember what happened in 1971, right? Anyway, back to my 5 points. So, first point, he said that on the first day of his presidency, he will fire the current SEC chairman, the SEC chairman, Gary Gensler, number one enemy of the cryptocurrency community. Then, he said that he wants to keep every Bitcoin-related job in the United States. I spoke about that in the elections-related video that I did a few days ago, like mining jobs, stuff like that. Thirdly, he said that he will appoint a cryptocurrency presidential advisory council upon taking office to design transparent regulatory guidance for the industry. That's what we are talking about. And then he said, fourth point, that he will not sell a single Bitcoin that is actually in the hands of the United States government. He said that the government will keep its Bitcoin as a strategic Bitcoin reserve. We will hold 100% of it. And Kennedy Jr. mentioned this recently too. And Senator Loomis already has a draft proposal too for strategic reserve. There is a lot of substance to these promises. We'll talk more about Trump promises later. Then, fifth point, he made a high-profile promise that he will be the pro-innovation and pro-Bitcoin president the United States needs. So for me, as a guy in crypto for a while, seeing Trump so supportive of cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, I find it quite impressive, especially for the fourth point, which is undoubtedly very favorable news for all crypto investors. With that Bitcoin strategic reserve, investor demand will increase dramatically, which will push up the price of Bitcoin again and will also greatly enhance Bitcoin's mainstream acceptance. And other countries and institutions will follow in the US footsteps to further consolidate Bitcoin's position in the global financial system. All in all, the benefits would be very, very numerous. After all the excitement, I calmed down a little bit. What I want to say is one thing, and that is, while Trump promises seem very enticing, we can't put too much faith in him, because Trump has a precedent of making promises, but not keeping all of them. And the US election itself is a political issue. So whether it's Trump or Harris, what matters more for them is definitely the votes in everyone's hands. And while it's true that Trump's new stance to defend the rights of Americans to, like, Bitcoin mining, self-custody, or freedom of trading, when you think about it, these are rights that all American cryptocurrency holders already enjoy. There's nothing innovative about it. You can already trade, you can already self-custody your Bitcoins. So these promises are not what we want to hear. What the crypto industry needs are promises about regulation of sorts, such as how tokens and protocols share governance and revenue with token holders, such as how traditional financial institutions can use and interact with blockchain. These are some of the most beneficial and complex promises for the cryptocurrency market as a whole that we would like to see here. So it's important to look at what he does, not just what he says. So even though Trump has made such a high-profile statement on cryptocurrencies, I'd like to see him make good on his promises and actually make a series of policies that would be beneficial to the cryptocurrency market. If that day does come, sure, I may become one of Trump's most loyal followers. But for now, let's just wait and see. He has to be elected first, moreover, right? What do you think of all that? Tell me your 2 cents in the comments. Thanks for your time. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.